The woman, the woman form, has a cycle. The woman form has a cycle. The flow of the woman form is in a cycle and in a measured and monthly repetitive cycle. The flow of the woman. Now, the woman form is amazing because she has many types of flow. First of all of us are souls, and the flow of our mouths and the flow of our behavior and how we act and respond, that is the flow of our equal soul. We are all equal, and we can choose to say what we say, and we can choose to do what we do. But then we're stuck in a form. And in Grandpa Honesty Guy and the Jesus Goodies, the very first point is studying, understanding, and enjoying and encouraging the woman form. So the woman has many types of flow. She has the flow of her speaking and the flow of her behavior, and even the flow of her tone of voice is a part of her soul expression. But then there's this physical form that she's set in, and that form has a cycle, and that cycle has the cleansing of the uterine lining, which is peculiar in all mammals. The adult human being, the woman, has a uterine lining cleansing. In all other mammals, the uterine lining is just resorbed by the body. It is not expelled from the body, which is very fascinating, very interesting. So there's the flow of the menses or the cycle. That's one. And then number two, when the woman body receives the seed of a man and God grants a conception, the woman has to be patient and wait for a long period of time. But then there is the flow of a brand new person. A brand new person comes forth from the woman. So the woman has menstrual flow, baby flow. And then woman form also has the lactation flow, the food flow. Her form is actually able to feed the human being. I once saw this amazing story of a group of people who were escaping Haiti. And they were all in a little boat. And there was one woman there who was lactating. I can't remember where her baby or children were, but she was able to keep a group of people alive on a boat just by the flow of her milk. That is very cool. A woman has a flow of food that is good for and healthy for a human being, especially a baby human being. But then also, if you're not afraid of talking about the feel-good of the body and the love and passion and desire and arousal, there are times when the woman is being given the opportunity of the feel-good pleasure of the body. And in that time, sometimes she has a big flow. So there are many different kinds of flow that the woman form has. Now, the man form is in a peculiar and difficult or different set of circumstances. The flow of the woman comes forth in relative discomfort and difficulty. The flow of the man, inversely to that, comes forth in comfort, stimulation, pleasure, and a really good feeling. So it is curious because the flow of the man comes in pleasure. The flow of the woman comes in discomfort. And the challenge to the man in Song of Solomon is, do not awaken the feel-good, the arousal, the love, the passion, the physical desire. Do not awaken the feel-good of the body until it is time. Because if you awaken it, it's really difficult to make it go back to sleep and make it go away because it feels so delightful. So if you get into the habit of awakening love and arousal and passion and desire, you will probably awaken that desire and that feel good very repetitively. So the challenge to the man to be wise and self-controlled, and the challenge to the woman to feel at peace even though she's in much difficulty, is very fascinating. And that's why God has called me to make the first point in Grandpa Honesty Guy and the Jesus Goodies to be the encouragement and love and joyfulness to the woman form, especially when she's in her cycle. If you read Leviticus 12, and if you read Leviticus 15, you discover something. When a baby girl is born, God says that he wants the woman and the baby girl to be close together for 80 days after the girl leaves the comfort of the womb. But when a boy child is born, God wants the boy child and the mama to be close for 40 days. So if you read between the lines, God is saying that the female human being, the daughter, the woman form, should receive twice the comfort, nurture, encouragement, support, and attention, twice as much as the man form. And then if you read through and understand, there's a declaration. The woman form in her cycle should be lovingly cared for 40 days in each month. 40 days of special attention, special care, and 40 days of rest and protection. So that is actually the first part of Grandpa Honesty Guy and the Jesus Goodies. It is getting into the practice of the friends of God and the family who was following the way of peace to first be fully aware of the amazing gift, the design of the woman form, which was designed when the man was sleeping. So only if the man is studying from God and truly trying to learn, only then can he potentially care for and support and refresh the woman form in an appropriate way. And that was, I've been at it now for 30 years. And that was the first thing that I wanted to learn, is to how to be a blessing to the women, the mothers, and the sisters. And I learned from the Orthodox rabbis, the Messianic rabbis, the charismatic Pentecostals, the plain folks, the Amish and the Mennonites, the social gospel people who are out in the streets serving the suffering and the poor, the Orthodox, the ones that are following the structures of the early church. All of those groups, I sat with them just to learn, first of all, how they care for their women in a way that's fun and joyful and appropriate and supportive. So, welcome to the introduction of Grandpa Honesty Guy and the Jesus Goodies with Eddie, the Spirit-Filled Super Teen.